What's going on, people? Simply Recommended here once again, and today I'm going to give you a Justice League War spoiler review. So it's a spoiler. I'm going to be talking in depth about this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, I advise you to go see it. It's a good movie. But without further ado, let's go in and talk about this movie. Okay, so we start off with kids, and it's a viral world like today. You know, YouTube, iPhones, iPads, so everybody sees everything. So in the public, these kids are seeing like a monster who they think is a Batman, who in this world is like a myth. So they see this monster going around like hurting people and whatnot. So Batman really is described as like a vampire who's attacking people. So the public think he's a creature and whatnot. So then we see this creature who takes a lady, and then the Green Lantern, he comes in and he saves her. And then the Green Lantern then tries to fight the monster, and then we see Batman, he comes in and he helps out, and he wants to know about the creature and like where he came from and whatnot. And then Green Lantern comes in to intervene, and then, you know, Gotham Police, they come in, and then Batman's like, let's go down to the sewers. So then Green Lantern then asks, you know, hey, so what's your powers? And then Batman doesn't say anything or nothing, and then Green Lantern's like, great, we got a guy dressing up as a Batman in a costume like it's Halloween, and he's got no powers, he can't fly, he can't do anything. It's like, what has this world come to? So then they're still hunting for this monster, and then the monster is like planting this like portal in the sewers, and then just before he activates it, and then it goes, you know, for dark side or something like a cry, like a chant, and then he like kills himself, he sacrifices himself. And then you know Batman, he's doing his whole like he's a strategist, you know, he's looking at it. And then Green Lantern has his powers, and he's trying to like see the source of the material of the portal, and he can't find nothing. And then, you know, Batman looks at it and he's like, it's from another world or something like that. So then, you know, Green Lantern thinks, you think he's a part of, you know, the alien in Metropolis. And then, you know, Batman thinks it might like include him. So they go to Metropolis to see if Superman's involved in it. You know, Green Lantern's boasting, and Green Lantern is actually pretty funny in this movie. Green Lantern, this Hal Jordan is the comic relief in this movie. You know, you got like, say example, the Justice League cartoon where Wally West was very funny, you know, but we don't have Wally West in this movie. We got Barry Allen, who's not that funny, but I'm gonna get to him soon. So anyway, we then move on to Star Labs, where we see Vic, aka Cyborg's dad, and he's experimenting on the portal, because these portals are everywhere around, I don't know, America or whatnot. And it was delivered by Barry Allen, aka Flash. So Vic's dad is just like experimenting on it and whatnot, and then I guess he gets a phone call from his son or whatnot, and him and Vic's dad and him don't really have a close relationship, because Vic is aka Cyborg is like a kind of like a joke or whatnot. He's in a maybe college football team. I don't know if he's a NFL player, but I think he's a college football team player. You know, he's getting like headlines and whatnot, and his dad is like, how can I explain? It's like a scientist. So, you know, they have like issues between them. So alright, we go to the Flash, Barry Allen, who's a police officer, and he's coming back to the office, you know, with like some grub and whatnot. So yeah, just a little, I guess, comic relief there. Then we go to see Vic, aka Cyborg. He's doing a football game and whatnot, and then we see a little kid wanting to get in to see a football game, the football game and whatnot, and it's like, oh, my dad's coming, he's got the tickets and whatnot. And then he's like, you mean your grandparents? He goes, yeah, my grandparents got the tickets. Okay. And then the old timers come in and say, you got your tickets, all back for your son, my son, or your grandson, sorry. And then the security guard looks back and is like, huh, where'd the kid go? So the kid then goes into the football game, and he's watching Vic throw a winning touchdown and whatnot. And Vic's trying to look, see if his dad is there. Doesn't see his dad. And then you got the little kid who idolizes Vic. His nickname is Victory or something like that. So he throws the winning touchdown, and he's sitting in his dad's seat, which I thought was pretty funny. So then we go to see Princess Diana, aka Wonder Woman, and she's in a limo, and she's with I guess the guy that kind of discovered her island and whatnot, if you watch the Wonder Woman movie. And then she's being protested by a crowd, and like members of the crowd are saying like, you dress like a whore and whatnot. And this Wonder Woman in this movie, she's very Thor-like. She's humble, but she's like warrior-esque. She's not like the Justice League cartoon, and I would say she's very different to the Injustice game. She is very Thor-like, if I can compare her to Thor. But I wasn't a fan of the introduction of Wonder Woman in this one, but as the movie goes on, you see her Amazonian skills, but her as a person, I can understand what they're trying to do with her, because she doesn't understand the world. She's very new to the world, but she doesn't know man's way, so to speak. She's not open. She's still learning. But anyway, we'll get to it anyway. So then we then go back to Batman and Green Lantern, and they're tracking down Superman. And I believe you just see like a flash or something like that, blue. So I guess he's fighting like the monsters in Metropolis or whatnot. And then we see Superman, Green Lantern, and Batman, and they start to fight, and Superman just beats them down with ease. And I would say that's the way to go, because Superman is like godlike-esque. The guy is just invincible. So Batman believes that the alien technology or whatnot is from Superman, and they having their fight, and Batman beats down Green Lantern with ease. He toys with Batman. Batman is no match for Superman at all. Which I thought, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, because Kryptonite is not really in this movie, but I enjoyed it. I thought, Batman definitely don't stand a chance. So when they do the Batman vs Superman movie, Warner Brothers, which you delayed 2016, you gotta get your act right and whatnot. But anyway, we sticking to your Justice League War. You can watch my other videos and whatnot. So yeah, so then Batman then reveals Superman's identity. You bruise, but you don't kill, do you, Clark? And then it's like, I like that bit, Clark. And then Superman just, he's about to fly in and hit him, and then it's like, crap, he knows who I am. And then Superman then, he returns the favor and says, this guy, he's pretty smart, he's pretty intelligent, and he looks behind the cloak, and he goes, Bruce Wayne, I see. And then they want to get down to the detail. They want to see where these alien technology, these pores are coming from. So then we go back to Star Labs, where we see Vic, aka Cyborg's dad, and him, why weren't you at my game and whatnot? You're never there for me. And I liked Cyborg's introduction to this movie. He had a very interesting origin. I like that a lot. I don't know how accurate it is to his beginning, his true story, but his introduction to this movie is very good, and I applaud DC Animation for doing justice with Cyborg, because I thought Cyborg would be very weak and whatnot, just a guy they just added, aka Batman Superman with Wonder Woman, you know what I mean? So they definitely explained Cyborg and whatnot, which I liked. I think he had the best introduction to this movie. So then the Cyborg and his dad are having like a little rift and whatnot, and then Vic is like, he grabs the portal and it's like, this device, this is all you care about, you don't care about me. And then the portal starts activating and whatnot, and then explodes. So his like Vic, his like hands, or one of his hand, and then his legs are cut off and whatnot. He's destroyed. He's broken down like Darth Vader. Have you ever watched the last Star Wars movie, Darth Vader, where his like legs are cut off and whatnot? It's like that, and how he gets made is definitely like Darth Vader. So Cyborg was really good in this movie. I like how they did Cyborg, definitely. So then aliens then come from the portal, and then Vic's dad and the other scientists pick him up, take him to the next side of the lab, and then the Darkseid's minions are trying to attack them, trying to kill them and whatnot. So Vic's dad then puts him into a lab, and then putting like chemicals in him, and tries to save his son's life and whatnot. And then they got technology to save him and whatnot, so he's doing all the best he can. And then Vic also has this, like, I don't know what to describe it, like from the portal, he has this like blue kind of thing that I guess can absorb things and whatnot. So this definitely helps him to transform into Cyborg, and then he's getting transformed and whatnot, which I thought was pretty cool. And then we go back to Wonder Woman, and this is the bit I just did not care for. I think this was a waste of time, when they you see Wonder Woman and this girl, and the girl idolizes her and whatnot, and then she's like eating ice cream and whatnot, and then Wonder Woman, of course, she doesn't understand the world and whatnot. She never tasted ice cream, and then she goes to the ice cream maker with the sword. You bring us ice cream and whatnot. She's very Thor in this movie. If you've seen the first Thor movie, and you see how Thor is trying to be humbled, and see how human race is, it's like this is how I could describe Wonder Woman in this movie. Didn't like it too much, I'll be honest with you, but her fighting, her skills are just immaculate. She can fight her ass off, and then Paul explores where she is. She's in Washington and whatnot, and then she's trying to meet the president, and she just goes off where she meets the girl, and then she tries to save the people. As the portal opens, Darkseid's minion comes out, and then they fight. So she's showing her stuff, and then we go back to the Star Labs, where we see Flash. He saves Vic and his dad, while Vic is trying to be created and become Cyborg. And then while Flash then saves the scientists and whatnot, Cyborg and his dad are still having a rift and whatnot. Flash says, okay, this is a father-son moment, I'm gone. He dips out, tries to save the day, and then we see Shazam. Shazam's in his like foster home, coming home from the game. You know, he's being mischievous. AKA Billy. It's Billy we see, not really Shazam. And then we see the Darkseid's minions, the aliens, come through, and he calls out Shazam, becomes Shazam, Captain Marvel, whatever you want to call the guy. So then we go back. He brings in, as we see Vic and Cyborg having their argument, you know, Shazam comes in with the alien, says, and then he sees Vic, aka Cyborg, and he goes, "Vic, is that you?" Yeah. So the interaction between Cyborg and Shazam I thought was good. I think they should have probably introduced Shazam a little bit. How does Shazam get his powers and whatnot? I would have liked to have seen that. But overall, I thought the Shazam and the Cyborg's introduction was decent. It's very good. I liked it. So then we go to the fight with Green Lantern, Superman and Batman, and then Superman goes off to go save the president, and then the president is getting attacked. So Wonder Woman comes in first and she saves him and his wife. You know, she's fighting off the aliens and whatnot, and then Superman, the plane is, you know, destroyed, one of the turbo engines. Superman hears it, comes through, saves the day, and then we get our first interaction with Wonder Woman and Superman. You see a little contact, you know, that, hey, you know, I like you, I've never seen you before, hey. And then as Superman and Wonder Woman save the day, we then go back where the whole crew meet each other. Cyborg, Shazam, Green Lantern, Flash, Batman. Flash even like sees Batman because Batman's been around. They're adamant that Batman's been around for long. Like, he's like the first superhero. So Flash sees that's Batman. Like, it's him. It's really him. He exists. He's, you know, because he's like a myth. So it's like, you know, Flash comes in and says, you know, hey, it's an honor to meet you, sir. You know, and Green Lantern is the comic relief instead of Flash. Green Lantern is definitely the comic relief. He comes in and he's like, you know, hey, you got a little bit of brown stain in your nose, you know, kissing ass a little bit with the guy, you know, yeah, the guy's a legend, but come on, let's get back to fighting these aliens, you know. So yeah, Wonder Woman then comes in, Superman comes in. Well, before Superman comes in, Wonder Woman comes to help today. Wonder Woman, you know, saves in, and Green Lantern and Flash look at her and be like, she's looking alright, you know. So they go like, Green Lantern is watch and learn, Sonny Jim. And then as he tries to introduce himself, you know, Superman just comes right in the middle. He's like, you know, this one is mine, you know. And it's like, yeah, I can understand it, but doesn't he have Lois Lane? You know what I mean? So anyway, we get to see Darkseid. He arrives, and we get our mega battle. So Darkseid versus the Justice League, and then Green Lantern, he gets his arm broken, you know, and then Superman gets blasted by his Omega Beam, and then he gets taken hostage so that he can become a soldier for Darkseid. And then, you know, Justice League are being, you know, beat down and whatnot. And then Bruce Wayne, he, you know, and we get to see Bruce Wayne or Batman and Green Lantern. And Green Lantern, you know, he's beaten, he's got his arm broken, and Batman saying, you know, hey, we need to be a team. You know, we can go save Superman, but we need to be a team. You want to do stuff by yourself. Now, I would have switched it. Me personally, I would have made Batman the loner, you know, and Green Lantern the, you know, the team player and whatnot. And Batman was saying to Green Lantern, you know, you and me, we're alike. We're the only two humans, You know, everyone else is godlike. You know, Shazam, Wonder Woman, Superman, all these guys, these are all godlike. Me and you know, I would have changed it. I would have made Batman the loner and whatnot, and then try to get Green Lantern to say we should be a team. You know, that's how I would have done it. But it was alright. I didn't have a problem with it. And so, you know, Batman then takes off his cowl and says, you know, I'm Bruce Wayne, I know you're Hal Jordan, you know, we need to be a team. And then he gets himself captured to go save Superman, which made sense because realistically Batman is no match for Darkseid. You know, that just made perfect sense to get him out of the mix between Justice League fighting Darkseid, because he's no match, because Darkseid is like God. So then the Justice League, they regroup. Green Lantern then takes his steps up to leadership and says, you know, hey, come on, Flash, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, let's beat these aliens down, you know, and you gotta save the Earth. So then we see Bruce Wayne, he beats down the alien and goes into the ship of Darkseid where his minions are and whatnot, and tries to save Superman. And then we go back to the third battle between Darkseid and his minions versus the Justice League, and we see Shazam not being a team player. He does his childishness. Obviously he's 10 years old, you know, he's going to do some silly things, so he can't help it. He's a kid, you know, in a godlike body, so you know he's going to be childish, and he kind of makes a mistake. Wonder Woman doesn't have it. He clobbers him, just smacks him right in the face, stop being a child, man, and you know, be a warrior, you know. And Shazam's like, yes ma'am, you know, had to tell him. So I like that bit. That was cool. And then, you know, we're still having an epic fight. The fight scenes were pretty good in this movie. I liked it. And then we see Wonder Woman stab Darkseid in the eye. And then, because the Omega Beams is pretty much his source, that's his prime, you know, fighting technique. So then we go back to Batman. We see him try to free Superman, and then, you know, he's trying to say, hey Clark, we need you. Fight, Clark, fight it. The world needs Clark Kent. The world needs Superman. You know, Superman's trying to, because he kind of turned into Darkseid's minion. And you know, I was watching another reviewer, and he kind of made a point, and I agree to it, where Superman, DC and Wonder do make Superman choke out people or snap people's neck and stuff like that, and I have to agree with that. They do like that, you know. They do have a love for Superman, showing his true power, but it wasn't his fault. You know, he was brainwashed and whatnot, so it is what it is there. So we go back to the Darkseid and his minions fight in Justice League, and then Darkseid with his eye bleeding and whatnot. Darkseid ain't having it. He sees Wonder Woman. It's Battle 4. He swoops in, gets Wonder Woman, starts beating her down, pummeling her, punching her down. Flash sees this, he tries to save her. Green Lantern tries to save Flash, and they have a good battle scene right there. And I'll be a bit honest, I'm kind of bored of the whole, you know, the dimension of alien race coming to to take over the world and whatnot. I mean, Marvel did it great with the Avengers, and now you see, you know, DC doing it with the Justice League, and it's it'd be a little bit more creative. We've seen it before, let's see something new, you know. But yeah, so we see Cyborg with one of the portals, and you know, he's trying to send the aliens back to where they came from Darkseid's planet. And then, you know, one of the portals open next to Darkseid, and then we see Superman come out. He returns, and then we get Superman beating down Darkseid. You know, the ultimate battle, Superman versus Darkseid, and Darkseid's getting his ass whooped. Then we see Batman coming in. He comes through the pool. You know, it's like Bat versus with gods. It's like, how the hell can he help? And he's throwing like his bat, what is it, little bat like wings or whatnot. So, yeah, it's alright. And then as Cyborg, he's kind of like the scientist of the group. He's the smart one of the group. He's trying to get the portal to get Darkseid to, you know, take him out of the Earth and whatnot. And then the power is not really, there's a lack of power or what. And then Shazam's like, hey Cyborg, I can help you. That's not an issue. So as the Justice League are like trying to take down Darkseid, and they're actually winning and trying to make him go through the portal, and then Darkseid kind of grabs Superman and says, you know, you're coming with me, you know, and he goes, no chance in hell. And then Justice League are not having it. They're fighting, they're whooping Darkseid. Darkseid is getting dismantled, and he's like, I can't believe it, I'm getting beat down. And then Shazam calls his name, lightning bolt comes, full power, and then they send his ass back to where he came from. And with Shazam calling his name, he then transforms back into Billy. Cyborg sees that he's a kid, comes in, flies through, gets little Billy, puts him like on like a what is it, like a building, and then says, hey, Billy says, don't tell the guys who I really am. I don't want them to know. They don't need to know. And then Cyborg then goes back to the crowd gather, and Flash is like, we better go because these guys are gonna like blast us because, you know, we destroyed the city. And the crowd are just praising them. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. And you know, and Green Lantern's like, hey, what's the rush, you know? So then, as they're getting praised, we then see the president and everybody celebrating the Justice League heroism. And then you see a little fling between Superman and Wonder Woman. You know, I've never seen. Look, these guys are like God. These are Zeus and all the, you know, Hades and all the other Greek gods' names. And then Superman says, what about me? And Wonder Woman says, I've never seen mortal or god like you, Superman. And then her guy that she was with at the start of the movie, she kind of sees the connection between Superman and Wonder Woman. He's like, what the hell? He just dips off like a chump. And then I think we see Lois Lane as well. It looks like Lois Lane, like with her phone, like a camera phone. And then, you know, Shazam and Cyborg there, you know, of course they got like a hero thing, worshipping going on, and saying, look, even your dad came out and you two had problems and he's proud of you. And then, you know, the president's there thanking the guys who still haven't their names. They haven't got names. And then, you know, Shazam being the kid, the president says, you know, what's your name? Like, what are you guys friends or what have you? Because, you know, you guys are superheroes, super friends. It's like, yeah, we're the Super 7. Everyone looks at me like, the Super 7? What the hell is that? That name is dry as skin that hasn't been lotioned, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell is that, Super 7? So, I mean, it was a good movie. I liked it. It's cool for a movie that's how long? 75 minutes long. It's not bad, you know. Yeah, it was good. You know, it'd be funny if they do the Batman Superman movie and it sucks, And this movie is actually better than the Batman Superman movie. It says a lot about Warner Brothers right there. You know what I'm saying? It really does. But it's an enjoyable movie. If you got time to kill, if you got like an hour plus to spare, check it out. You will want to enjoy it. Good fight scenes, good animation. Story's not bad, not great, but it's not bad. You know. And then I'll give it maybe like a C. You know, it's good. It's not great, but it's good. Then we have a little after credits where we see, I don't know, maybe like an Atlantean, like we see sharks and whatnot, sharks and fish all being destroyed, and a guy rises up with a ship, and then he says, you know, the surface dwellers have destroyed our ocean, our world. You know, but it wasn't really them, it was the aliens, and you killed the king. And so, you know, it looks like there's going to be a sequel with Aquaman being in the second one. I don't know if the second one is going to be as good as as this one, because you introduced like a real powerful foe. But then, you know, Darkseid is not dead, he's just sent back, so we might see Darkseid come back. We'll see. So it looks like Aquaman might be in the sequel. So it looks like he might be in the middle between being the new ruler of Atlantis and also, you know, the Atlanteans being, you know, angry at the surface dwellers, as the guy put it. And so it looks like Aquaman might be in the middle, saying, you know, it's not their fault, it was aliens, they came down, so, and he's supposed to take over the kingdom or whatnot. So it's gonna be interesting, but I don't know how good it would be from this one, but I'll definitely check it out. So guys, if you've seen it, tell me what you think about it. Did you like it? I thought it was good, not great. I won't give it like a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 or nothing like that. I'll probably give it 7. You know, it was good. So like, comment, subscribe, add me on Twitter, and just keep the chat going. You're gonna get more reviews from me, other videos, so check me out, and take care. See you later.